But new music teachers, new elementary music teachers, I'm talking to if you've just graduated from college, if you are, you've got your first teaching job and you're about to dive in, if you have taught secondary music and you are, now you've been asked to either add on elementary music or you are switching to a new position, or whether you're a musician and you've got the music background, but the education side of things comes kind of new to you. And I apologize if you're hopping on. My computer's being weird and I'm having a hard time. I can't see viewers. So I don't know. It's being weird today. So if you're on here, I can't see who you are because my computer's being special. But anyways, so for new music teachers, I want to give you some advice, and then I have a really awesome announcement to make. Okay, so the first thing I want to tell you is when you walk into your classroom the first day, first of all, you're going to be given some time before school starts to set up your classroom. Now, realize that with setting up your classroom, you're also going to have a lot of professional development meetings, team building activities with the other teachers. So you got to kind of be creative with your time, like come in before the meetings or stay later that afternoon or whatever. And so while you're setting up your classroom, also be preparing yourself, not just your classroom, but you need to prepare yourself to see your students the first day too. Okay. I remember my first day and I was kind of caught off guard. I thought I was prepared. And then when I saw those kids, I was like, oh man, I wish I had kind of prepared myself a little bit better and taken a breath to get started. You'll see what I mean when you get started. You may hang in a little like a champ though. So the first thing I want to tell you is to have fun. You're going to be nervous that first day, but have fun. There's really, especially the first day of school, it's exciting for everyone. And even the teachers that have been teaching 30 years, they are still nervous, but have fun with your kids. Bring the excitement in the music room. Make sure the students, even if it's their first time to ever have a music class, make it exciting to come in here, or they want to come into music because they can tell it's a fun environment. So go in with confidence, knowing that you're going to make mistakes, but you will learn from them. You'll make a lot of mistakes. I'm just preaching from personal experience here. I made a ton of mistakes. I made a ton of, oh, whoops, that class didn't get back to their classroom on time. Or wait, oh, I picked up the wrong class today. Or, oh my goodness, I only have 45 minutes to teach. I thought I had 50 minutes. Or, oh, that wasn't the lesson I was going to teach today. You're going to make mistakes because you're learning, and you're going to learn as you go, but you're going to also gain confidence as you go. So that's the other thing I want to say on top of that is give yourself grace. If you make mistakes, which you will because you're not perfect, we're all human. If you make mistakes, just give yourself some grace. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to, like I said, I made mistakes of dropping off classes at the wrong place, picking up the wrong classes, over teaching, the teacher standing by the door going, hello, I need my class back. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wasn't even watching the time. I feel like for me, the hardest thing was remembering how long to start a class. I kind of over did a warm up and then closing a class. I underestimated how long it would take to get a class in and how long it would take a class to line up. And so I don't know. And you guys, if you're joining me, I can't see who's on here. Facebook is being weird and I can't see comments. So please feel free to comment, but I can't see them. Facebook is being weird to me lately. I don't know, but I will respond to them later if I can't see it live. So we talked about making mistakes. Your first year, you're going to make several. And if you don't, awesome. Maybe you're just one of those people that you just are just going to go in and rock it. And that's amazing. But like I said, if you do mess up, give yourself some grace. You're not going to be perfect. Nobody's perfect in a new job. Nobody. It's always a learning curve. And we also talked about having fun, okay? Especially the first day, like I said, there's going to be nerves. Make sure you're having fun. Make sure, you're not just like bubbling around your classroom like a clown, but make sure you're having fun. The kids will notice, and it'll really make the day go by a lot smoother. So we talked about, speaking of teachers, so hopefully they give you some grace knowing you're new if you accidentally deliver the wrong class to the wrong place or you're not ready to pick their class up or whatever, because you're just trying to follow your new schedule and you don't know what's going on. Get to know the other teachers in your school. This is hugely important. I had someone tell me that, make sure you get to know the art teacher and the PE teacher and the librarian. Those are going to be the people you're rotating the same schedule of kids with. But I never had anybody really tell me how important it was to get to know all the teachers and all the support staff and everybody in the school and the parents for that matter. I kind of figured that out as I went, because I was like, well, listen, if I want these teachers support and I want them to help me, or if I need all the teachers in this school to respect what I'm teaching, then I need to get to know them, not just, hey, how's it going? But, if they go out on a Friday afternoon, then go with them once or twice. I couldn't make it every Friday, but if they, I don't know, if someone's having a birthday dinner, try to make an effort to go. Really get to know them, because a lot of times as the music teacher, you're going to feel like the odd man out. Just are. Nobody's leaving you out. You're just going to sometimes feel that way because, they all they're the general classroom teachers. They all kind of know each other. They, team building together. They, especially in staff meetings, they go over testing scores while you're sitting there like, this has nothing to do with me. So you sometimes have to make a little bit more of an effort to get to know them than you would. The art teacher and PE and librarian will come a little more naturally, but everybody else you're going to have to kind of spend some effort getting to know them. So attend as many workshops, online trainings, courses, wherever, in-person things that you can attend to give yourself more training that you need. If you feel like you need more help on classroom management, find some kind of classroom management, even online. I know I did a ton of professional development online. You can always find something, whatever your needs are, you'll figure it out your first year, what you're needing. I feel like as you go, you're going to figure out what you need exactly. And it's okay if you don't have tons of resources. It takes time to build up your classroom and to build up what you're needing. I know if you've heard my story, I've told this a million times, so I'm not going to go into huge detail, but I started out my first year, I had no instruments. Actually, I'm sorry, I had a broken hand drum, and I had nothing in my classroom. It was empty. I just kind of built it up as I went with some PTA funds finally and a grant from my district, and money will sometimes come from unexpected places, but you can also do fundraisers and things like that and just build it up as you go. Get to know your students, even though you'll have a million of them. You'll see, it depends on the size of your school. Some of you are at private schools and you have K through 12. Some of you are at an elementary school that's large. Some of you are at an elementary school like I was at, where you only have 2 classes per grade. But try to make an effort to get to know the students, not just their name. And it's going to be really hard because you see a ton of kids, but try to make an effort, to get to know them a little bit. And you'll figure it'll really help you, and they'll be able to tell that you made an effort to get to know them and they're excited to come and see you again. And then my last piece of advice is to be flexible. You're going to have all year, not just the beginning of the school year, but interruptions. There's going to be schedule conflicts. There's going to be, you're going to need to move a program on a calendar for some reason. Try to be flexible. I mean, don't let people walk all over you, but going in knowing, okay, this is the way I want to do things, and this is how in college I learned I'm going to do it. Or maybe you taught secondary music and it's just not you're going to have to adjust some things in elementary music because it's just a little bit different. Make sure you're flexible. You're going to learn as you go with how to be flexible with things, okay?